Okay, welcome back. There were a couple of unforeseen delays that happened. Last time I tried to render my last video a few times and it failed to render because for whatever reason my editing software doesn't like videos that are close to 2 hours long. So I guess the solution is either to record in smaller chunks or just not do any editing. We'll see. Where am I going? Alright, so I need to get an important spell effect that I can make custom spells with.
Go ahead, stranger.
It's really the important stuff in this game. The important magic thing to get is spell effects, because spell making in this game is pretty similar to Daggerfall spell making. Actually, it's Daggerfall's spell making. It's a little bit. This is a little bit gimped compared to that. Wait, so let's see. Yeah, resistance. I think, so you just need to get elemental resistance. So like if you get resistance for one thing, then it improves everything else. Or it works for everything else when you're making spells. You'll see what I mean. Alright, so resist fire. And what was the other one called? Okay, fortify personality, but I don't have a fortify skill. Yeah, I still need a fortify skill. Okay. I think I know who can fortify my skills.
Greetings.
Let's see, what's the stat that affects how much fatigue you use when you jump? It's not willpower, is it? It doesn't give you all the details on your stats in this menu. I don't really know why not. I mean, there's plenty of space. Well, I can cast OpenMW Intervention. But I don't have a scroll for that. So I'll have to take a gondola. They might not even have the spell, so this might just be a gigantic waste of time. You'll find out. So, a couple things. I've been getting terribly wrecked in combat, and the main reason for that is my resistances to spells are non-existent. I am actually weaker than most to spells because I'm a high elf. And okay.
Any time now.
A couple ways to go about mitigating that.
May I help you?
I'm gonna just I'm gonna buy a scroll of OpenMW Intervention. So there are a couple ways to go about mitigating that. I mean, you can just get a bunch of resistances and, like, you know, drink a bunch of potions of magic resistance, magic shield. Scroll of OpenMW. OpenMW in every hour. you can go the Resistance's route, but if you are a pro at this game like me,
Interesting. Go on.
you know that instead of doing that, you can just be good at marksman, so that you don't have to get up close. And when you don't get up close, then you can dodge spells pretty easily. So that means I'm going to have to increase or train my marksman by quite a bit, because 25 is not good. Let's see.
Do you want to...
No, I don't want anything. Ah. Sure, might as well get that. Restore attribute. I don't know if I have any restores. I'll just go ahead and buy that. You know what? Save myself the trouble and just buy all of these. Cure poison on touch. Like, when are you ever going to cure poison on someone else? There are so few
I'm waiting.
places in the game where you'd actually do that.
What do you want?
Priests usually have all the best restoration spells.
Go ahead.
Faction members only. Don't particularly want to join this faction.
I will listen, Outlander.
It is cool that you can join this faction, though, because thing is, that temple
May I help you?
faction is just totally opposed to the idea of the Nerevarine and Nerevarine prophecies. And, you know, the main quest is all about you fulfilling those prophecies. So, you'd think there's no way they'd just let you join that guild, right? Or, I mean, that faction. But no, they do let you. What did I just do? Damn it. I don't want 16 hammers. Just put it on the floor, I don't give a shit. It's all about freedom. This game has lots of freedom.
Do you need something?
You don't teach... No. I think she does, though.
Pleasure is all mine.
No, she doesn't either. That's right, nobody teaches marksman in here, I don't think. Maybe Idis. Ah!
Aren't you?
Maybe one of these assassins over here at the Morak tongue. See, I think these are stairs. Oh no, these are stairs. Yep. So welcome to 2D Morrowind. This is a demake of Morrowind. I think it's an indie game. Alright. Yeah. Struggling with the interface. So one of these guys... Yep. Well, doesn't teach the right thing.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
These guys are nice. They teach their skills to non-faction members. They teach the non-assassins how to assassinate. Don't know how smart that is, but whatever. I'm benefiting from it, and that's what matters. Okay, before I level up, I need to train my spear skill. Okay, I'm at 9 out of 10. I forgot to train the spear. Okay, good. I'm glad I didn't make acrobatics and athletics my major or minor skills, because that kind of makes it difficult to manage your level ups. And back when I was younger, I would just really min-max my level ups. I'd make sure that I get 5s in 3 different attributes.
I'm listening, please. Go ahead.
But, yeah. Well, the thing is,
Strange.
I want to make this somewhat fun to watch, so... Oh, wrong guy. Wrong person. I don't think anyone really wants to watch me min-max all my stuff. 4, 5... Maybe some of you do, I don't know. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But on this channel we go for mass appeal. We go for what the majority of the audience likes.
Do you need something?
Which is why I'm playing another Elder Scrolls game. Because none of you watched me play KOTOR. That's fine. Yeah, you watch what you watch. It's not bad to have tastes. I mean, this channel was built on the back of the Elder Scrolls. Like, most of you people watch me because you like to watch me play Elder Scrolls. That's cool. I'm glad. I'm grateful that people actually want to watch me play these games.
Please join me.
Okay.
I'm listening, please. Go
I think
ahead.
they'll let me
This is
sleep in the bed.
unexpected, but not unwelcome. Please go ahead.
Yep. Level 7. Agility, endurance, strength. See, when my health gets to 100, then that will be
unexpected, but not unwelcome.
that will be a semi-respectable
Please
health.
go ahead.
Oh, I need to make a couple spells.
That guy asks way too many questions.
Alright, so she makes spells. I did this in my last playthrough. Resist. Wait, where's the resist? I could have sworn I bought a resistance. I guess I didn't. Alright, do you sell resistances? No?
All right, I'm intrigued.
Please don't make me go back to the priests. No. Okay, what about you? Okay, you have some of this. Yeah, that's what I need. Okay. So I have elemental resistance.
An adventurer, I presume.
Some really epic music for some really mundane stuff I'm doing. Oh, okay, you need to get all the elemental stuff. Damn it. Does she have, like, just plain old resist magic? Yes, she does. She has all of it.
What is your business here?
Thanks, Sharn. Resist Magicka. On self, magnitude 150. I can't do 150 yet. Yeah, if I do 100, I'll still be 50% blind. That's better than 100%. Could I... hang on. Okay, no, you can't stack effects. Alright then. We'll call it Boots Guard.
Well, what have we here? Interesting.
Let's test it out. First try, nice. See, now I can use these 50% blind. And see, you only have to resist it for 1 second because it only takes 1 second to put the boots on. And yeah, it is constant effect, but the thing is, it checks against the resistance, like once it's applied, and then once it applies, it factors in the resistance, and then just stays constant effect with its effectiveness minus the resistance. I probably lost anyone who doesn't already know. It's kind of a difficult thing to explain. But yeah, it's just, it stays constantly 50% because I resisted 100%, and I had 150% weakness. There's a lot of math in this game. If you don't like math, you probably won't like this so much.
Hail.
Alright, there's another spell. What should I call this? Miss me. Can probably deduce what this does from the name. Let's see. Spell chance is staying the same. Oh, I need to increase the duration because that duration is not good enough. Alright, let's say 15 seconds. Man, my illusion really sucks. Alright, so that's not a very good spell chance. But it'll get better when I increase my skill level. I can't talk today. Illusion. Illusion.
An adventurer, I presume.
Yes, that's the name of my class. Also, a thing about blind is that it factors into your hit chance. It decreases it by, I think, like the percentage blind you are, so I'm like 50% less likely to hit anything. And this is Morrowind, and as such, you don't want to miss anything less than you absolutely have to, or else you're not going to have a fun time. I meant to go to the Fighters Guild. Because I need to increase my spear skill. Sorry, this game makes me kind of musical sometimes. Alright, 1, 2, I'm getting poor. 3. I'll just invest in her liking me. 5, 6. Am I counting wrong? 7,
I'm all yours. Please go ahead.
8, 9, 10, 11 for margin of error. Let me recall. Stop moving around. Why can't you be like a Daggerfall NPC and just stay in one place forever?
Hail.
Endurance, personality. I'll just increase luck for the hell of it. I think willpower determines how much stamina you use when you jump,
This is unexpected.
strangely enough.
Unwelcome. Please go ahead.
Okay, what do I want to do next? Get the code book from Satilda. So I never did find the place where you get
Don't stand about. Get moving.
fortify skill. I think you might actually have to go to Mournhold for that. Why am I buying things from? Okay, code book. Code book. Yeah. Hey, don't talk that way about me.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Yep. If you want more orders, just ask. Debt money. She wants me to collect debt money from someone who owns a brothel.
To share your time with me, you humble.
Tidings and good wishes.
Let's take a break from that. In fact, let's continue the main quest. It's been a while since we've talked to good old Caius. Yes, orders. Get the information about... Oh, shit. Great. Yeah, I forgot to go to Arkenthand. But shouldn't take too long to get there. I remember when I did my last Let's Play of this, this was one of the first quests that I did. It's just not even going to be fair this time around when I fight the guy on the bridge. Alright, we'll just move a little slower, that's fine. Should be using my marksman skill. My sword skill is doing just fine right now. It's where it needs to be. So I don't actually have a longbow, so I have to summon one. Did I go too far? I think I did go too far. I may have gone too far in a few places. I play this game out of order, I forget where everything is. Me and my faulty memory. Ooh, that was almost death. Need to be more careful. Alright, so you go past the fort. Or no, you don't go past the fort, you go to the left of the fort. You go up the hill. That's Arkanthand over there. I don't even need stamina for this. Maybe I do need stamina. See, this is why Marksman is good for countering spells. Because you see how slowly those projectiles move. Like, anyone with the barest amount of good reflexes can avoid that. This game looks really nice with anti-aliasing. I think this is the first time I've actually played this game with anti-aliasing on. And I think Morrowind graphics extender had anti-aliasing built in, but that did not play nice with my PC. It's actually really resource intensive compared to this. It's not terribly efficient. There is one thing that this engine has that, or this that this engine doesn't have that MGE did, and that actually the vanilla game had as well. And wow, I actually never noticed it. I was playing last time. Damn it. I might just be an unobservant clod, but
I'll be back, and you'll be dead.
the thing is, there actually aren't any shadows. I don't want these. And I didn't even realize it until just recently. I can't cast that. I have too many spells. Damn it. What happened to Hearth Heal?
I will enjoy. You escape me that easily.
Here it comes. I have the upper hand.
No, don't cast that. Yeah, this engine actually used to have shadows a while ago. Then they got rid of them because they weren't optimized properly or something. They're being worked on as we speak. If I knew anything about graphics programming, I might lend a hand. But I don't. I can learn though.
You're mine.
So I might have just ruined the Let's Play for you, because maybe you didn't notice. Now you're like, ah, damn it. I can't ignore it now. Here's the dumber puzzle box. This is actually a pretty large dungeon with a lot of enemies. I guess I could bop around a little bit, get some experience. And no matter how deep into the dungeon I go, I can always just use my Amulet of Recall. Some good loot here. Where'd he go? There he is. Okay. You can actually equip candles in this game, which is pretty cool. Basically, any light source that you can pick up, you can hold in your hand and use as a torch. It's not really a feature that adds that much to it, but it's a nice touch, I think. And sometimes it's nice just to have the little touches, even if they don't make a huge difference. I need a spell for restore fatigue. That would be really nice. Okay, I think I'm done here.
Well met. Good. An adventurer, I presume.
Let me first check if I have a spell for that. Restore health. Okay, you need a separate spell for restore fatigue. She doesn't have it. My priests probably have it. I don't really need this candle. Why do I still have this? Oh, that was in the chest. Well, I might need the candle because I'm half blind now. Yeah, let's re-equip that. Nope.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
Come on, guys. One of you has to have it. Absorb fatigue. Not quite what I wanted. There it is. Got it.
What was I thinking? How does the day greet you, friend?
Spell making. I'm gonna call it stamina. That's what it's called in Daggerfall. And I'm nostalgic. I'm nostalgic for it even though I played this game before I played that game. I think the first time I played Daggerfall was, I think that was back in 2008. So pretty long after it was released. 25 to 30, that's not a whole lot. See, let's make it 30 to 60. Or maybe 70. It doesn't cost much at all. For 2 seconds. I think that essentially doubles it. And it doesn't even change the cost and chance a whole lot. That might actually be slightly overkill. I need to use hotkeys.
I'm intrigued.
These menus are getting unwieldy. There you go. Very nice. Now what? I should get training for restoration, but I'm kind of poor right now, so let's do some quests. Oh, my candle burnt out. I got your damn puzzle box. Perfect, just what I was looking for. Just let me take this drummer puzzle box, and then I'll tell you what Caius will want to know about the Sixth House, and about the Nervarine. By the way, the inscriptions on the box seem to be the directions for setting a drummer key to open a specific lock. If you're interested, after you've delivered your report to Caius, come back and maybe I'll have a key you can take back to Arkanthen. Drummer puzzle box. Yes, the inscriptions on the box seem to be directions for setting it. Yeah, you already told me, okay. Sixth House. House Dagoth is the sixth house. The lost sixth house. In the First Age, House Dagoth betrayed the other great houses during the War of the First Council and was destroyed for their treason. I can answer any questions you have, but I'll also give you some notes to Caius and recommend some Sixth House references you should read. Here's a list of the books. All of them will tell you something about the Sixth House and how it ended. The War of the First Council, Saint Nerevar, Nerevar Moon and Star, and the real Nerevar. Good luck finding them, though. The recent events have made these hard to come by. Nerevarine. If the Ashlanders believe a reborn Nerevar will will unite the Dunmer against the Outlander invaders and restore the ancient Dark Elven nation. Nerevar is a legendary hero and saint of the Temple, but the Temple denies the prophecy and persecutes heretics who believe in the Nerevarine. Tell Caius that Sharn Gromuzgub would be a better person to ask about native faiths and superstitions. So there are a few political things going on here. So, now House Dagoth and Dagoth-Ur, they want to get rid of Outlanders. And Nerevarine Prophecy, that's about getting rid of Outlanders as well, or it's part of it. And the Temple doesn't like the Nerevarine Prophecy. They call it heresy. Now it's not because they
I'm all yours.
are friendly to the Empire, or that they like Outlanders. It's because
Well met.
the Nerevarine Prophecy contradicts the Tribunal, and it's a sore spot for the Tribunal because the Tribunal actually betrayed the original Nerevar. So if the Nerevar were to come back, he would be a threat to them. So, you know, we have the threat of House Dagoth and the threat of the Nerevarine, and the Tribunal are thinking, what's the biggest threat? Should we worry about the Nerevarine, or should we worry about House Dagoth? So they're thinking about what to do. These notes are for Hasfret and Tabulus? Excellent. I trust you didn't work you too hard for them. I'll look them over in more detail later, but now I have some orders for you. I've glanced at Hasfat and Tabulus notes. They cover the 6th house admirably, but not the Nerevarine cult. Hop on over to Balmora Mages Guild. It's right next to the Balmora Fighters Guild. Get Sharn Gramuzgub to tell you what she knows about the Nerevarine. She'll have some silly errand for you. Do what she asks, and report back when she's given you the information. Nerevarine. Some Dunmer believe that an orphan and outcast, a youth born on a certain day to uncertain parents, will one day unite all the tribes of the Dunmer, drive out the invaders of Morrowind, re-establish the ancient laws and customs of the Dark Elven nations. They call this orphan and outcast Nerevarine. They say that Nerevarine will be the reincarnation of the long-dead Dunmer general and first counselor, Lord Endaril Nerevar. So... Caius doesn't really go into detail regarding like why we're actually doing all this, like why are we gathering this information. So he kind of just expects you to trust him, and you can't really ask him what his intentions are, but you can, you know,
Of course. What may I do?
just kind of piece it together and make an educated guess from all the information you have available. And there's lots of information available, for sure. All the NPCs are just huge information dumps, and then you got the books and all that. And the game really just doesn't spoon feed you, is what I'm saying. The errand, then, is very simple. I need the skull of Leviul. I've been saying that wrong. Leviul Andrano. I'm going to find it in the Andrano ancestral tomb. But take care not to upset the natives. The Dunmer have some peculiar primitive prejudices against necromancy and take grave objection to unauthorized tomb visits. I wouldn't really call it a primitive prejudice. I mean, raising the dead is kind of screwed up. He was no one special, a journeyman enchanter. Maybe many skulls in Andrano tomb. You know, no problem recognizing Leviul's skull from the ritual markings. I happen to already have it because it was that was the first dungeon I went into in the game. Now answer your questions on the Nerevarine cult. Go ahead. This Ashlander cult believes the long-dead hero Nerevar will be reborn to honor ancient promises to the tribes. According to the legend, the prophesied Nerevarine will cast down the false gods at the Tribunal Temple and restore the... I think we've already heard all this. Persists among the Ashlanders, who care little for imperial or temple law. Here, take this copy of my notes on the topic for Caius.
How can I help you, friend?
Let's see, what do our notes say? It's all the stuff that she told me. Nerevar will return to restore the glories of ancient Resdane. It was called Resdane before Imperial occupation. I've abandoned the pure teachings of Prophet Veloth, forsaking ancestor worship for the false gods of the Tribunal. See, that's why the Tribunal doesn't like this prophecy. And embracing the comforts of civilization that corrupted the High Elves. Hey! Excuse you. I'm offended. So they venerate Saint Nerevar, but they reject the disgusting notion that the false incarnate will walk the earth like a ghoul. Because that's too much like necromancy, and you know how they hate necromancy. Temple honors Saint Nerevar as the greatest Dunmer general, first counselor, companion of Vivek, Alexia, and Sothasil. who are the tribunal, CV, who united the Dunmer houses to destroy the evil Dwemer, treacherous House Dagoth, and their western allies at Red Mountain. The Ashlanders say that Nerevar promised to honor the ancient spirits and the tribal law, and that he will come again to honor the promise. The Ashlanders this means destroying the false temple and driving the Imperial invaders from the land. Dreams and visions and prophecies are a respected tradition in Ashlander culture. The wise women and shamans take careful note of dreams and visions and pass on the tribe's legacies of vision and prophecy to their successors. The temple doesn't like mysticism, and they don't like dream interpretation, and they think it's all superstition. The most common version of the Nerevarine prophecy is the stranger. The verses are obscure, as are most prophecies, but 2 observations are in order. Blah 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 blah. Jesus Christ. Alright. It's all very interesting, but you know, this is a let's play. This is not a let's read.
Speak, traveler.
So this game definitely has the most complex setting, I'd say. And there's just so much lore going on, it's crazy. These are Sharn's notes on Nerevarine cult. Excellent. I'm promoting you to Blade's apprentice, Nainlorn. I'd like some time to think how this fits in with the Emperor's plans for you. So if you'd like to get in a little freelance adventuring, go ahead. When you're ready, I have new orders for you. I think I've been doing enough freelance adventuring. Lay the orders on me. I thought it over and I wanted you to interview 3 Vivek informants, or 3 informants in Vivek City concerning the Nerevarine and 6 House cult. First, I want you to speak with Adhiranir, a Khajiit Thieves Guild operative. Second, I want you to speak with Hulia, Argonian Morag tongue. Finally, I want you to speak with Mera Milo, a temple priestess. Here I've written the details down so you won't forget. And here are 200 drakes for bribes and other expenses.
I'd be happy to talk. My pleasure, really.
You had a disturbing dream. You can only recall one part. A tall figure with a golden mask led you among the dead, as through a wedding celebration. You heard many voices, but no lips moved. You strained to breathe, but your chest didn't move. The tall figure spoke with each figure as he passed among them, laughing and joking as if they were alive, but they made no reply. You tried to cry out, but without breath your tongue fluttered in vain. Caius, I had a bad dream. You're worrying me, Nainlorn. You're not going loopy on me, are you? Word of advice. In Morrowind, if you have disturbing dreams, the temple says you're crazy, and they want to lock you up. If you have disturbing dreams and think they mean something, the temple thinks you're a prophet or a witch, and they want to lock you up. So take my advice and keep a lid on it. St. Olms, Leah, Black Shulk Corner Club, and Mera Milo, Temple Priestess, Hall of Wisdom and Justice. Don't get her into trouble. Temple is suspicious of Outlanders and wouldn't be happy to find Mera Milo talking with you about religious matters. Okay. Take me straight to Vivek.
Greetings. What shall we?
Alright, I'm going to take these boots off so you can actually see the game. I won't have to go very far, so I don't need to move that fast. Okay, we're
Watch
in...
yourself. You'll have no trouble.
We're in the upper wasteworks right now. Black Shulk.
What do you want?
I think it's over here. Nope. That's where I need to take him, though.
What's this regarding?
What do you want? And here's a quest. Ordinators that got their throats slit. Yeah,
I'm waiting.
I probably won't do that.
Speak, traveler. What do you want?
Oh boy, an
Tell
Argonian
your friends about this place.
alone in a room with a bunch of dark elves. Shut up and butt out, Outlander. It's the filthy lizard we're talking to, not you. This rotting piece of trash ought to be chained up somewhere, not roaming around loose. Get out of our way, Noir. We've got issues with this filthy lizard here. His kind aren't welcome here. He belongs in the swamp with the rest of them.
Speak, traveler.
Am I talking to you, Fetcher? No, I'm talking to the filthy lizard, so push off. What, are you some kind of filthy lizard lover? You want to give your little friend a big kiss?
The prey approaches.
I welcome you to as the friend of my friend, Nainlorn, but I wish to go to my friend's bookstore, and these troublesome fools are in my way. Well, I tried to persuade them, but they hate my race, and I fear there will be violence. Perhaps if you speak with them, but be careful and be ready. There's a long history of Dunmer enslaving Argonians. So seeing them walk free makes them kind of angry. It was actually the Imperials who outlawed slavery.
Where is that slave?
Okay. Hey, look, it's none of my business. Folks want to talk to a filthy lizard? It's their problem, not mine. Get out of here, and good riddance. They're stupid, they stink. What do you expect? Nobody likes them. But they're not worth worrying about. They're? What the hell kind of word is that? Are we ready to travel together to Joe Basha's rare books? When we arrive at my friend's bookstore, I will answer your questions there. Okay, let's travel together. Joe Basha is a Khajiit.
Outlander. Wealth beyond measure, Outlander.
Khajiits and Argonians kind of have a bit of solidarity here in Morrowind because I think, yeah, both of them are enslaved. Or both of them were previously enslaved. Although, no, there are actually still a lot of slaves on Vardenfell. It's officially outlawed by the Empire, but
Thank you.
but they still keep them. Doesn't know of any sixth house cult. Okay, Nervian cult. To understand the Nervian cult, you must understand the history of Ashlanders. Nervar means something very different to the Ashlanders from what he means to the Dunmer of the Great Houses. You should also know about the persecution of the Nervarine, and the legacy of the false incarnate. For the Nervarine cult, at the heart of the ancient conflict between the nomadic Ashlanders and the settled Great House Dunmer. Here is a summary for Caius, but ask your questions and I'll answer in detail. History of the Ashlanders. In the First Era, the nomadic Ashlanders and the settled Dunmer clans were much alike, but after the first council and the formation of the Great Houses, Ashlanders have been steadily forced into the poorest and most hostile lands. Now the nomadic tribes look to the prophesied return of Nerevar for a restoration of their ancient rights and religious traditions. Great Houses. In modern times, Morrowind is ruled by 5 Great Houses: House Lalu, House Redoran, House Telvanni, House Indoril, and House Dress. Great Houses' culture is partly defined by its roots in ancient Dunmer tribal clans, and partly by the later imperial influences from other Western cultures. Great House's culture is only one of the native Dunmer cultures of Morrowind. The other native culture, the Ashlander culture, is nomadic barbarian, which we heard about. The Temple treats the Nerevarine prophecy as heresy. The Temple imprisons and executes heretics unless prevented by imperial law. And since the Nerevarine cult is hostile to the Empire does not interfere when the Temple persecutes the cult. Ashlanders hate the Temple, and particularly the Ordinators, for their ruthless treatment of Nerevarine cultists. So, let's gloss over this a little bit. Following are Hilia's notes for Caius Casares. The history of Ashlanders and Nerevarine cult. The first era, blah 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 blah. Nerevar, the Ashlanders, Deep Elves, and the great host of the Outlanders from the west came to steal the land of the Dunmer. I think the Deep Elves are the Dwemer, because they build their cities underground. At that time, Nerevar was the great Khan and war leader of the House People, but he honored the ancient spirits of tribal law and became one of us. So when Nerevar pledged upon his great Ring of the Ancestors, one clan under Moon and Star, to honor the ways of the spirits and rights of the land, all tribes joined the House People to fight a great battle at Red Mountain. Though many Dunmer tribesmen and housemen died at Red Mountain, the Dwemer were defeated and their evil magics destroyed, and the Outlanders driven from the land. But after this great victory, the power-hungry Khans of the Great Houses slew Nerevar in secret, and setting themselves up as gods, neglected Nerevar's promises to the tribes. But it is said that Nerevar will come again with his ring, cast down the false gods, and by the power of his ring will make good his promises to the tribes and honor the spirits and drive the outsiders from the land. And Tribe of Leona doesn't like them. Peak Star and other incarnates of the past. In the past, others have claimed to be the reincarnated Nerevar the Prophecy. Most recent is known as Peak Star, a mysterious figure who has reportedly appeared and disappeared among the Waste tribes over the last 30 years. Temple notes that the false incarnates discredit the Nerevarine prophecies. Singularly and illogically, the Ashlanders acknowledge a history of false claimants, calling them failed incarnates, but they regard them as proof of the validity of their prophecies rather than contradiction. There's a fable of the cavern of the incarnates where the spirits of failed incarnates dwell. Nerevarine calls a mystical cult, clarifies rather than shrinks from the contradictions.
Ours is to ask, what does this visitor want?
I think there might be some skill books in here. It's got a ton of books here. Progress of Truth. Ooh, I'm gonna need this later. Can I buy that? Yellow Book of Riddles.
Watch yourself. We'll have no trouble here. You want something?
Okay. Julia. Julia is here. Jobasha reads books, buys books, sells books. What more can Jobasha say? Jobasha knows a little about everything. So you ask, maybe Jobasha will talk. So I want Progress of Truth. Do you sell it? I know you have it, but do you sell it? PQR. Progress of Truth. There you go. I'd like to buy it for its sale price. For its market value. That's what I meant. Just gonna buy that.
Keep moving. The travel.
Okay, so probably be quickest just to go ahead and cast Alm's CV intervention. So I'm at the temple. We can talk to Mayra Milo. Yeah, she's in the library, or Hall of Wisdom is what it's called. In the library of the Hall of Wisdom. Yeah, now it's all coming back to me.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time. Keep moving.
So we got some more books. Yes, I'm Mayra Milo. Caius sent you. Follow me into the back of the library. We can talk. We can't talk here.
Speak, traveler.
Finally, I got a speechcraft increase.
I will listen, Outlander, but make it quick.
And they got lots of good books here.
Keep moving. We're watching you, scum.
I love it when ordinators say that. We're watching you. Oh, this is about the Dark Brotherhood. I'm gonna deal with them a little later. I think, I'll do some tribunal quests. Because I'm just gonna do everything out of order.
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
Ah, this is for a quest. Alright. Go ahead. I'm afraid I don't know much about a sixth house cult, but I can tell you about the Nerevarine cult. Temple worships Nerevar as a saint and hero, but the prophecies of his reincarnation are punished as wicked heresy. Nerevarine cult claims that the tribunal are false gods, hence the temple's persecution of the Nerevarine cult. A group called the Dissident Priests disputes the temple doctrine on Nerevarine prophecies. The prescribed book Progress of Truth describes their beliefs. Get a copy of Progress of Truth for Caius Casares. That will tell him the things needs to know. This book lists the disputes of the dissident priests with the tribunal temple doctrines. The temple has outlawed the sale or possession of this book, so it will be hard to find. Well, Jobasha had a copy. We have a copy here, but I'm afraid I'm being watched by ordinators here. A safer plan would be to go search local booksellers. Some booksellers ignore temple bans on outlawed books for profits or for principles. I do not care for temple politics, but I have read Progress of Truth, and it troubles me. I have friends, former priests, who have gone into hiding, so I am bound to come to the attention of the ordinators. I am careful, but I'm afraid. I'm no secret agent like you or Caius. Sooner or later, I too must go into hiding. If it is not too late. When you return to Caius, tell him I am worried, and that if something goes wrong, I will leave a message under the agreed code word Amaya.
Not now, Outlander. Head on.
Okay, now I gotta go to the St. Olm's
We're
Canton.
watching you, scum. 3 gods, 1 true faith. Own no weakness or fault.
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
God, everyone's so mean to me here. What did I ever do to you? This is a floating meteorite that Vivek suspended in the air, and he just kind of leaves it there. And he's carved it out and used it as a prison. Very resourceful of him. If you've played Oblivion, you know that during the Oblivion crisis, that actually ends up crashing into the temple. And it causes Red Mountain to erupt. And that kind of completely destroys Vardenfell, which is tragic, really. It's my favorite setting in the whole friggin' Elder Scrolls universe. I think it would be kind of cool to go to a like a post-apocalyptic Vardenfell.
My time is precious, so make it quick.
I was kind of hoping that they were going to do that in the Skyrim expansions, but they have you go to Solstheim instead. So they went for the nostalgia, but they didn't go full nostalgia, unfortunately. Well, it's not even just about nostalgia, it's... Solstheim just isn't as interesting as Vardenfell. Well, in my opinion, at least. I mean, like, who cares about the skull? Who cares about Thirsk? I want to see how people are surviving on a ruined Vardenfell. Like, you don't even have to make the entire island accessible. So I realized that there were, you know, time and budget constraints when making an expansion, but... Alright, enough ranting.
You have questions?
Great, so Caius says to you, speak with Adhiranir. And you do this thing. You are speaking with Adhiranir. But Adhiranir will not talk to you about the Narvarin or the Sixth House cult. And because why? Because Adhiranir, at this moment, very distracted by a nice census and excise agent, who also wants to speak with her. You do not know this? They are the collectors of the Emperor's taxes and tariffs, and the Emperor has outlawed trade in many things, like Drummer artifacts and ebony. And the census and excise agent will enjoy being a pest about such things. For several reasons, the census and excise agent is not Adhiranir's favorite person. If you want Adhiranir to help you, make the bad agent go away. Then she will tell you things. Okay. Let's see, where is he?
Traveler.
A little bit worried that it wasn't going to spawn. I'm looking for a friend of mine, a female Khajiit named Adhiranir. Do you know where I can find her? Yes, her name is Adhiranir, and she is a Khajiit. Do you know where I can find her? She took a gondola to the mainland. What a disappointment, but thank you for your time. I was just heading back to the mainland myself. Anyway, and maybe I'll run into her there. So you can actually tell him where she is. And you can still complete the quest. It's just an extra step to it. I think you either have to kill him or make him go away somehow. I forget. It's funny. Like, here and there is like, you moron. Why in the hell did you tell him where I am?
Why do you approach?
So, are you the one Adhiranir must thank for getting rid of the annoying census and excise agent? Indeed, Adhiranir is very glad to see you, and very happy to tell a friend of my good friend Caius all about the Sixth House cult. And Adhiranir knows nothing about the Narvarin, but Adhiranir is happy to tell you that too, if it makes Caius happy. Ask away, friend Nenlon. So finally we get to hear about the Sixth House cult. This adherent knows about because it is about smuggling. Some smart smugglers are suddenly too busy for their old clients because they have a new employer, the Sixth House, who pays very well. But what do they smuggle now? Adherent doesn't know, because they are very secret. And this is odd, because these smugglers are always loud and bragging. And now they hush up like fat-bellied kitties full of sweetmeats. Smuggling is big business. The Empire says we can't trade skooma, moon sugar, ebony, Dunmer artifacts, exotic Dunmer weapons and armor, and slaves. So smugglers take these things. Smugglers also smuggle grief, shin, and sujama to avoid imperial tax. And now the Sixth House hires smugglers, though what they smuggle Adhera Nir cannot say. Yes, Adhera Nir knows this Nanavan cult is just silly superstition. So you tell Caius this. Nobody in her right mind pays any attention to this moon yowling. Prophecies and ancient heroes reborn and other silliness. I lost the accent. Fuzzy tales for little kitties.
How does the day greet you, friend?
I was kind of thinking about Juhani when I was doing that voice. That's kind of who I was sounding like. Hey, talk to me.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
I was hoping he would say, What do you think of our city, Outlander? Do you like Balmora? If you don't like it, I don't particularly care. But I'll ask you anyway.
But make it quick.
Was I talking to you? Shut up.
You seem like very good company.
I'm destroying my throat. Why do I do this to myself? I have your report, and I'll make copies of your notes from Hulia and the Progress of Truth. Give me time to read and digest all this. In the meantime, I'm promoting you to Journeyman. You're doing good work. Here are 200 drakes. Get out and treat yourself to a new pair of shoes. And do some jobs for the guilds, or other freelance work. Just keep your cover story current, or get some training. Then when you're fit and rested, come back and I'll have new orders for you. Alright, let's go train. Or maybe get an artifact. I could get Oriel's bow, if I had any idea where that was. I pretend to know a lot about this game, but I forget where a lot of stuff is. Okay, I'm thinking. You know what, I'm gonna join House Telvanni because you can get some really good stuff from them. It's probably going to slightly degrade my reputation with the Mages Guild
How does the day greet you?
and the Fighters Guild. This game has a political system that's kind of similar to Daggerfall. Like if you join one faction, then other factions will like you by us, or like their disposition towards you will be adjusted by a certain positive or negative amount. I think there's a master trainer in here. Dirty Muriel's Corner Club. Big
Any
Helende.
time now.
You know, I have the good fortune to be a member. I guess, yeah. She's a master trainer of something. Sneak, maybe?
Go ahead, stranger.
Medium armor. Huh. I can get my endurance that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'll have to remember that I did that next time, because I'm probably going to stop before I level up. So I'm very low on gold right now. I don't have enough to do any serious training. Although I guess I could grind a little bit. Just use this. I want to see how much that makes it go up. See, 45, 50. So I have to cast it 20 times to make it go up by 1. And that means I have to cast it 200 times to level up. And that would be a lot of casting. That would get annoying really fast. That restoration spell noise is probably the most annoying in the entire game. I'm halfway tempted to mod it. I do like to keep modding in this game to a minimum. Am I in the wrong town? No, there it is. Because number one, this game is special to me. And, well, I guess that's the main reason. Although I do like the texture mod. And the distant land, of course. Those are things that I didn't have back when I was a 12-year-old playing this on my Xbox. Remember the Xbox version had this different sound when you're menuing around. See, the sound on the PC is different. In fact, I think it's even stored in the data files. Let me look. They didn't even bother to remove it for the PC port. Or did they port it to PC? I don't know which way they ported it. Well, both versions are really good, I think. They both have their strengths. Well, I personally think the PC version is superior, but console version isn't bad either. Sound, FX. Where was it? Item. No? Now you're hearing some Windows noises. Shit. Come on. I saw this the other day. It's under FX. Oh, enter. There it is. You hear that? That's the sound it would make when you select things in a menu on the Xbox version. I think I probably just triggered somebody's nostalgia.
Yes, sir.
So I think this is how you join House Telvanni. I am Gallus Method. Don't mind me, just dying. I am Gallus Methendus, the mouth of Master Arion. I am a mouth in House Telvanni. I speak the words of my patron here in the Telvanni Council. House Telvanni is one of the great houses. We value talent, knowledge, and initiative. Perhaps you would like to join House Telvanni? Yes, you may be a worthy candidate. Would you like to join? Are you certain? Remember that once you join, you cannot join any other great house. Perhaps you would like to hear our rules? We trust all members of House Telvanni to use their judgment. If you steal from another Telvanni but still live, then clearly you deserve whatever you stole. Murdering your opponents by magic or treachery is the traditional way of settling disputes. If you win, then clearly your argument has more merit. You may be expelled as in any other great house, but most Telvanni will not care or even know about it. Does this appeal to you? You are now a member of House Telvanni. Welcome, hireling Nainlorn. When you are ready, speak with me about your chores and your advancement in House Telvanni. Coded message, okay. Oh, I want to go to Defaith Fur anyway. Yeah, there's a potion I want to get there. God,
Yes, Outlander?
my throat is on fire right now. I need to stop doing that voice. Man, I have no idea how Jeff Baker did it. That guy is a saint. He's Saint Giab. Don't mind me, I'm just grinding my spell. Okay, take me to Telbrenora.
Speak, traveler.
Trying to get to Telfur. No, that wasn't right. Okay, take me back to Sedrith Mora. Alright, now. Okay, Tel Mora.
Make it quick, Outlander. Under sun and sky, Outlander, we greet you warmly.
Tel Arun. Is there no boat to Telfur? I thought there was. Maybe not.
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
I don't remember. Can you be nicer to me, please? Man, I don't remember where Telfur is. It's somewhere around here. I know it's on one of these islands. Oh, there it is. So Wolverine Hall would be the closest place. Alright, well, it's fine. I can use my boots from here. Man, I don't want to fight you. I'd have to take my boots off to do that. Stamina. gonna make it harder for him to hit me. I wonder if blind affects your dodging. Seems like it makes sense. Oh, man, I'm gonna have an entire posse of cliff racers on my back. Did I lose him? Ah, nice. I didn't know you could lose cliff racers. I thought they followed you forever. So here's Devaith Fur's tower. Devaith Fur is pretty cool. He's technically a Telvanni wizard. Well, he does what a lot of other Telvanni wizards do, but he's not really in-house Telvanni.
I'm waiting.
He just kind of does his own thing. He creates his daughters, which are actually clones of himself.
Speak, traveler.
They're also kind of his wives, but, you know, we don't have to get into that. This is a really cool thing, like, you can't actually go up into here. Into his chambers without using either a really high agility spell or acrobatic spell or levitating. It's got all kinds of cool stuff. So he's pretty cool about you taking stuff from him. He doesn't mind. He's like several thousands of years old. He's done everything in life that he ever wanted to do. He just thinks, you know, if you want to steal my stuff and you're able to steal my stuff, then you've earned it. Alright. I think he also has the Savior's hide in one of his closets. Like, he just keeps a Daedric artifact in his closet, you know, no big deal. He doesn't even mention it in dialogue. That's how little of a deal it is for him. See, do I have any other Rising Force potions? Bargain Rising Force. It's not great. Might not be good enough. Might not be good enough for what I want to do. So it's lock level 100. So I can't open that. But later on. I'll do it for shits and giggles, even though I don't have light armor skill. Savior's Hide is light armor. Okay. Where's my Restore Magica? Here it is.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I don't have the ability to open his lockbox. Tal Marag Kara's researches. This talks about Durenis. Durenis are mentioned in Daggerfall, and you actually meet Medora Dureni. So it's a reference. This talks about a Daedric artifact. It's a... shoot, it's a Molag... well, it's supposed to be Molag Bal's artifact, but this says that it's Malakath's. mace scourge, blessed of Malakath, Makan's legendary weapon forged in the sacred ebony in the fountains of Fickledire, has ever been the bane of dark kin, and many a black spirit has been hurled back into oblivion with a single blow of this bold defender of the friendless. Scourge now hangs within the armory of Battle Spire, ready to take up in the name of the Emperor against the Daedric Lords. I played Battle Spire a couple times, and I got kind of bored of it, because I kind of thought it sucked. I'm sorry to anyone who actually likes that game, but I just don't really like it. I couldn't get into it. Alright, let's complete this quest. Not interested, sorry. Not your... Oh, wait. No, not interesting, sorry. Not your fault. Perhaps, but you are not interesting. And I can't waste energy talking to boring people. Okay. I'm okay. Go to message. A message from Master Ariana. Yes, I will accept this message. I'm serious this time. Now I'm not going to keep doing that voice. Please wait here while I read this. Just a minute. I will write a reply. Here, take this back to Mouth, Gallows, and Methendus. Tell him that I must reject his master's thoughtful proposal. Wait, where is it? Oh. Of course he would write it in Daedric. Okay, the quickest way would probably be to use this. And this will probably be the last thing that I'll do.
Let's hear it.
It's crazy to think that that's the same guy who does the Dark Elf voices. I kind of wish that they had him do the Imperial voices. Well, if they had him do the Imperial voices in Oblivion, then you wouldn't have the famous "Stop right there, criminal scum." And of course, Wes Johnson is the man, so can't complain too much. Okay, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Oh, don't do that. By the way, I probably should be doing this. Damn, that is really not increasing fast.
I'm listening.
Alright. Coded message, yes. Here it is. Thank you, Nainlorn. I will deliver this message to my patron, Master Arian. Not to be confused with Master Arian. Please take this courier fee of 500 drakes. He's my patron. He lives in Tel Voss. Take a boat to Voss and head west. Alright, whatever. So, next time we'll probably do some more Telvanni quests, I guess. You get some really good items when you do quests for these guys. But
Kill that girl.
yep, this has been another episode of Morrowind, my favorite game, my favorite Elder Scrolls game. And I look forward to doing the next one.